Morning, everybody. Let's get motivated with Shia LaBeouf. Go. Do it. Just do it. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it. Make your dreams come true. Just do it. Some people dream success. Well, you're going to wake up and work hard at it. Nothing is impossible. Thank you for the sub. Where anyone else would quit. And you're not going to stop there. No, what are you waiting for? Do it. Just do it. Yes, you can. Just do it. If you're tired of starting over, stop giving up. Oh, it's so hard to take that seriously. Whoops, wrong pedal. Nice flex, Shia. All right, good morning, everybody. Thank you again for the sub, Andy. I appreciate it. We are going to be working on Blue Devils 2000 Shopping Spree and MORRISpree by Riverside Community College, RCC. So I just learned MORRISpree like 2 weeks ago, and then last few streams I learned Blue Devils 2000 Shopping Spree. So we're going to put these together basically. So the last stream that I did, I was like switching back and forth after each rep between them. Now I'm going to do 5 reps of Blue Devils, 5 reps of RCC, and then just keep going back and forth. We're going to start where we left off at 100 beats a minute, and we're going to go up to hopefully 120, fingers crossed. But I need to like really focus today to make sure that I can like play these good. But before we do that, we're going to play something to just get our hands going, get warmed up. There are currently, at the link at the top of the screen, /drum on my website, or if you don't want to go there, you don't have to. Just go to my YouTube channel, and the home tab has the drumming header. You just click on the header, boom, and then it will show you all of these playlists. We've got 53 chop exercises. We've got 36 timing exercises for limb independence, 55 drum charts. We've got 372 triplet grid variations, 514 16th note grid variations, 117 technique exercises, 166 marching bass exercises, and literally several hours of drumming tips all for free. The one that just released this morning is how I am working on and how I recommend working on limb independence. So if you play drum kit, make sure you check out that one that released this morning. Okay. Also, all the prior live streams, you just click on this playlist, and then you can find them here if you are so inclined to do so. There's 264 videos of showing how I practice. I include timestamps so you can like jump to whatever part looks interesting to you. Anyways, we're going to warm up, and we're going to warm up with stick control variation. There are quite a few variations in here. Several of these currently say members first. What that just means is it's early access. So if you want to be a member, great. Then you have access to all the videos that are currently scheduled to release. And there's more than 6 months worth of videos currently scheduled out every single day. So a lot of content there, but they're all going to release publicly for free. So you don't have to pay for any of this content ever. That's the plan. Advanced stick control with filler is one that we're going to warm up with. This is one of my favorite exercises to play through. I used to teach this back when I taught drumline, and they enjoyed it as well. All right, let's go to 100. We're going to get... I can't speak. We're going to get the blood flowing for our hands, and try and get ourselves warmed up before we stretch and massage, and then we'll play the 2 different sprees. It's too loud. Turn it down. So I said that the last drumline that I used to teach played through this. So when we'd mark time to this, they'd actually change to the triplet pulse. It'd be like 1 E into 2 E into 3 E into 4 E into on the 4/4 lines. And then the 12/16, I just didn't want to make it so it's like your 16th note equals the 8th note and then it goes into 12. It would just like look weird. So I wrote it out as 12/16 so you could see, hey, it's the same speed. And all you're doing with your feet is just going triplet, 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 and then you go back into 1 E into 2 E into 3 E into. So it switches every 3 bars basically, which is a fun little challenge. It's a good one. And again, this is advanced stick control with filler, and there are many more stick control variations. My left hand's a little tight this morning. Sweet. Let's go to 110. And then I might be warmed up and we can stretch and massage. And then we'll get into some shopping sprees. Yeah, the left hand feels tight today. Actually, let's go faster. Let's do it. Do it. Thanks, Shia. Yes, you can. I know. I'm going to. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. I know it's a goofy way to start the stream. That's why I do it, though. It's funny. Yikes. Sweet. Good enough. All right, let's stretch and massage now. Woo! Now that we got the blood flowing in the hands. Start with your sticks, palm facing up. Pull in, push out. Oh, that feels good. There's a mini hair on the overhead cam. Minnie's my dog, for those of you who are new to the stream or don't watch the gaming streams. Boop. All right. She must have been practicing earlier. If you do traditional, rotate and hold here. Rotate and hold here. I don't do that anymore. Okay, now I'm going to stretch the underside of the forearms. Could do it one at a time. You could do this one on your pad, or you could do this one on the wall. The lower you go, the deeper the stretch. Just don't put all your weight into it. I'm going to do it on the wall. Whew. Now we're going to stretch the top side of the forearm. Could do it like that. You could do it on your drum. You could do this one on your leg. Or you could do this one on the wall, but the higher you go, the deeper the stretch. Again, don't put all your weight into it. That's bad. Okay. Now we're going to stretch thumb to thumb. Just goes twice as fast, stretching the fingers. So when I did my big overhead stretch earlier, it showed like the bottom part of a tattoo that I've got. And it's like from here all the way up through here, and it takes up like this whole side of my body. And it's all black ink. It's like this kanji symbol that I wear around my neck. And it was quite the few-hour experience. We did it all in one session. And yeah, on the ribs, and then on like the lower part right here. Whoo, that hurt just a wee bit. But it's a sweet tattoo. I got it when I finished my doctorate. That was my reward to myself. I was like, all right, when I finish my doctorate, and then I'm going to get myself this massive tattoo. And I was like, the pain from the tattoo will not be more than the pain it took to work on the doctorate. It was pretty painful, both of them. But I'm glad I did both of them. Ooh. Ooh wee. Ooh wee. Okay, so now I'm massaging. Now that we stretched, I'm going to relax the forearms, try and loosen everything up. I'll do the other arm now. Try and get nice and relaxed. And then we'll start working on some MORRISpree. Okay, now I'm going to massage the palm with the thumb, and then the fingers are going to massage the back side of the hand. Base to tip. Massage on each one of the fingers at least 2 times. Just trying to loosen up everything. Want to be nice and relaxed when you play. That way when you get to be my age, 39, you can still drum with, you know, these extra heavy Hardeman hammers, double tape sticks. You don't want to get to like your late 20s and be like, well, my technique gave me tendinitis and carpal tunnel. That would be bad. All right. Cool. So that was the advanced stick control with filler. Again, there's more stick control variations in here. Check them out if you're interested in stick control. And you can find those at the very bottom of the page, at the top of the screen, or on the home tab of my YouTube. Just click on the drumming header, and you can find all these technique exercises. But the stick control one's right there at the moment. Keep adding more daily, so stay tuned for more. Anyways, we're going to be doing Blue Devils 2000 MORRISpree and RC3 MORRISpree. We're going to go into, these are currently members first, which means that they're scheduled for early access. They come out in November. I've got more than 6 months worth of play-alongs currently scheduled. So if you want to play along to these, you totally can. If you use the last few live streams, we slow these down. So just check out the last few live streams and you can play along to it. But again, they're scheduled to release publicly for free. All right. Let's do this. So we're going to do MORRISpree first. And we're going to do 5 reps of it, and then we'll switch over to Blue Devils 2000. bad, not bad. Oops. Still learning this. Don't have it memorized yet. Yeah, so that, like, the 4-lit pattern is still a little weird. Page 2. Oops. Cool. Last rep, then we'll switch to the other spree. Oh! No, 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 no. We're not playing a cheese like that. No. Yeah, so I'm a little slow on the last 2 notes of the 4-lit. All right, now let's do Blue Devils 2000 Shopping Spree. And we will do this at 100 to 104. Go. And then we'll go back to RCC. We're going to keep ping-ponging back and forth. Oops. I had an extra note. Sorry. Still don't know this one yet. Perfect. Flawless victory. It's better. Still not great, but, you know, still learning it. 103. All right, last rep, and then we'll go back to RCC spree. Sweet. Next. RCC, MORRISpree. This should be at 105, and we're going to try and get it to 109, and then we'll go back to Blue Devils 2000 spree. Yes, it's that the transition from the fourlet back into the triplets. It's weird that I'm screwing up. That was way better on that transition. I was focusing on that. Oops. My thumb just completely came off the stick when I hit it. My bad. Last rep. Again, guess who's back? Tell a friend. Actually, if you do enjoy the content, these play-alongs and whatnot, do tell a friend. They'll appreciate it. I'll appreciate it. This is Blue Devils 2000. We're back, a little slower. Nice. Is it better to practice going from 40 to 75 one day, 75, 120 next, or should you go 40 to 200 in one session? That's a really interesting question, and it's a good nuance to explore. So let me think about how I want to phrase it, because there's a good way to do that. So whenever you practice at anything, your brain needs time to process whatever it is that you worked on. So you could take these play-alongs like this particular shopping spree. You go into the timestamps. You could play it from 40 all the way up to 200 beats a minute. It'd take you 2 hours to do it, and you would learn a lot from that. If you could play it at 200, cool. I want to see the video. But regardless of this, it's actually better to spend less time. Let me see how I want to phrase this. It's better to actually spend less time during the day working on something, but no, that's not how I want to phrase it either. So instead of working on something for like an hour straight in one day, it's actually better to spread it out over multiple periods of time, so that way your brain has time to process it. It's specifically when you sleep. So you need good rest in order to actually process the things that you learned and that you're trying to improve. Which is sometimes why when you just like sleep on something, you wake up with an answer to a problem, or you wake up being able to play faster, like paradiddles or whatever. That just has to do with the processing time in your head. So if you spent like an hour going through this playlist or this particular play along, and you just worked on this in one day, that's not going to be as effective long-term for your like long-term memory and whatnot. Like then if you were to spend like 20 minutes today, 20 minutes tomorrow, and 20 minutes the next day working on it, because it distributes that processing over time, and it allows your brain to kind of like hit the F5 and like refresh and kind of come back to it. So what I recommend doing is actually taking any of these play-alongs and mixing multiple things and work on them over an extended period of time. So I have been doing in these like live streams, going through like 40 all the way to 80, etc., and then taking like a 2-day break, because like in between I'll work on like drum kit or something, and then I come back to this and I'll do from like 80 to 100, and then I'll take a 2-day break because I work on drum kit, and then I come back to this again, and now I'm doing 100 to 120. So I could have done this all in one practice stream or in one session, but it is better for your brain and even for your hands to like take those breaks in between, mentally and physically. So hopefully that answers your question, but that is a great nuanced little question to kind of explore. A lot of times I'll see younger musicians and like intermediate musicians who will like practice a ton on the weekend and then not practice throughout the week. But it'd honestly be better, instead of spending like, I don't know, a couple of hours on Saturday and a couple hours on Sunday, if you spend like 20 to 30 minutes every single night and distribute that over the whole week, it gives you more of that processing time to be able to work on it. So try and find ways to squeeze it in. So like I would like memorize music during my lunch breaks. The first job that I had when I was like 15 or whatever, I was working at like a title agency and just did like grunt work. And I would sit there and memorize the show music for the corps that I was marching in. And just like during my lunch break, just like doing that. Or I just like practice like this, or I bring my sticks and pads to wherever I was at. In between class, I had a doorknob that I would use to work on my endurance and speed for my left hand traditional because I march snare. And so I would literally be walking in between classes and work on it. So that way, every single moment that I had, that was like a free moment where I could work on something, then I was improving. Granted, socially, that makes you a bit of a weirdo, but you know what? Didn't care, because in the long run, for myself, it made it so that I was a better drummer, and I cared more about that than I cared about like peer, like permission or fitting in with like the social group. So for me, that's what I would do. Even like when I was on the field in drum corps, like when the staff would be talking to us, I had my doorknob in my cargo shorts pocket, and I just pull it out and just do this while you'd be given like instruction. And so I'd be working on speed and endurance for my left. So anytime you can find that opportunity to practice throughout the week rather than just saving it for the weekend, it will actually pay off in the long run better for you. Great question though. So pick a couple of exercises to work on. So like if you're doing technique, you could just sit here and work like on one thing, but make sure you're not just doing it for like one day. Like a lot of these prior live streams that you'll see, if we're on my YouTube on here, so under the home tab of my channel, if you click on the drumming content, it shows you all of the drumming playlists that are on my website linked up there. But if you go to this drum chops technique one, you'll see that I spend multiple days working on something. So like we did Blue Devils 2000, Blue Devils 2000, Blue Devils 2000, Blue Devils 2000, MORRISpree. Now we're doing alternating between Blue Devils 2000, MORRISpree, alternating MORRISpree and Blue Devils 2000. So like I'm spending multiple days on this rather than doing like 1 3-hour drum stream where I'm just like working on this. So that'll pay off better in the long run. We were at 107, I think. I could look at the stream, but we'll just go with this. But yeah, great question. The fact that you're asking that is a good sign. It's good. Think about those things. That'll set you apart from the people who don't. Always more ways to refine your practicing. Check out sports psychology, like the kinesiology departments. Often have them at universities or in the psychology. Yeah, so the kinesiology department or the psychology department will often have a sports psychology class that you can take in university. I did that my sophomore year of college, I think. And it was great. I learned a lot about those little details. They study Olympians. Man, I can't speak. So I'm screwing myself up. So yeah, a lot of sports psychology professors will study Olympians and high-level athletes, and will say, like, explore, okay, well, how much sleep do they need? Did you know that Olympians actually sleep for, on average, 9 hours compared to most Americans who will sleep for 7 to 8 hours? So they actually get more time to sleep. And they'll take longer extended breaks in between like their practice sessions. So like in the morning, they'll do like a 2 to 4 hour chunk, and then they'll do like a 1 or 2 hour nap. And then they'll come back for like another 2 to 4 hours. But when they were doing this, they'll often use a thing called the mental imagery and whatnot. So they're not just sitting there and like physically practicing. They're actually imagining themselves practicing whatever it is, like gymnastics. So when they're tired at the end of the day, they're less likely to get those injuries and whatnot from just being sore or like fatigued. And so they will just like go through it in their head, playing through like this exercise. Or in the case of the gymnast, they will go through their set routine in their head, and that will help out. So if you study sports psychology, it can actually help you out with your playing, which is like the reason why I took the class, was so that way I could better teach the drum lines and the bands that I worked with and whatnot. And it did significantly help out with all that. So highly recommend it. There's some books that you could get, like... are really old, because got them, you know, like when I was getting my undergrad. But one is called The Mental Game Plan. And so this one is by Stephen Bull and other people. This one, Jim Taylor and Gregory Wilson. This is called Applying Sports Psychology. So whatever the most up-to-date version is, check these kind of books out. It can help you out. Anyways. You play piano and these rhythms look kind of hard? Yes, they are. So if you're familiar with drum corps, this one is from the Blue Devils. And then the other one I'm doing is from Riverside Community College. They're not easy. They're fun though. All right, last rep, and then we'll go back to MORRISpree. Okay, MORRISpree. We're now at 110. Woo, almost to our goal. Cool. Not bad. No. Yeah, I missed the double right on the last line of this page. Oopsies. My thumb came off. Well then. Okay. Let's continue that. Alright, so now we're going to go back to Blue Devil's 2000 spree, and we're going to do 110 to 114. 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. It's the accent pattern. Sweet. Yeah, so I had a reading error there. I'm sorry. I know. You can unsub. I understand. I only subscribe to Flawless Drummers. Left off one note. Whoops. Kind of messed up my grace notes there. All right, last rep, and then we'll go back to RCC, MORRISpree. Take it if you like. MORRISpree. Let's play some Morri. I don't actually know why it's named that way. Doing the backsticking with the match grip is weird. 2 more reps. Good morning, Terry. Welcome back. You've been watching my Fortnite videos for a while? Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I want to get back into Fortnite, but this season is not it. So, like, today we'll be playing Minecraft instead of Fortnite. Tomorrow we'll be on Spider-Man 2. I can never stop you from watching. Hey, I appreciate it. More to come. Plenty more. Alright, so we're back into Blue Devils 2000. And then we'll go into RCC one more time at 120 and back to this. Oh yeah, I totally agree with you. This season is a nightmare for balance. Why do we have the Fist, Magneto, and a ship all in the same season? With the cars and all the bugs. Like, I've got a really nice PC, gaming PC, and it, like, stutters to, like, 10 frames a second when it, like, first launches in, and then after, like, 10 minutes, suddenly it's, like, at 240. It's like, why? It only did that this season. The number of times I can't jump, the number of times I can't open a door or a chest, it's like, what? It's frustrating. So I'm like, life's too short to play a game I'm not enjoying. So that's why we're streaming other stuff. No! Totally play the wrong pattern. All right, we got it. No. We're not going to 47. What? Is that 118? We got to do that again. I screwed myself up there. Sorry. Yeah, I'm like the fact that it runs on Switch, but like it has difficulties on PS4, PS5, on my gaming PC. They screwed something up. And every week I think, okay, maybe they're going to improve the optimization on things. And then they have like the game-breaking bug where it's like, if you go anywhere into the desert, you get back into the lobby immediately. Cool, that's great. If you jump on this thing, it will launch you 5 miles away. Cool, thanks for that. If you just play the game, it won't function. You will get stuck on random objects, like little holes in the ground. It's like, wait, what? Okay, well, we met the goal for that one. Now let's do it for this one. Blue Devils 2000. You've only played on the new OG game mode? Yeah, so my problem with the Fortnite Reload is now that I play on keyboard and mouse, there's way too much bloom. You don't have that aim assist advantage that you get, which I'm not trying to be like a PC elitist or anything, but for people who use weapons that don't have a scope and they use a controller, you actually have a smaller bloom than when you have a keyboard and mouse. So like I could be dead on, right on somebody shooting, and all my shots are missing, and they are just like nailing me like nonstop. So like I can't stand the loot pool in Reload. I would totally love to play that, but on keyboard and mouse, it's just like you have to be up close in order to actually hit anybody. At a range, the bloom is just like, if I aim right here, it's going to go like, whew, whew, and just all over the place, which is annoying. So, like, not trying to complain, because I have the advantage in general with keyboard and mouse because of the amount of precision that you get with it is just far better than controller, which is what I played for decades before. But yeah, it's rough. Hence why we're not playing this season. Sweet! We met the goal! Yeah! I like it. These are some fun sprees. And again, they're scheduled to release publicly, but we got like 190 of them scheduled to release. So these two sprees come out in November. So stay tuned for that. All right, let's jump out with something real quick, and then I'm going to get set up for some Minecraft. Let's see here. Let's play Flammus, since it's right there. So this play along, it's missing music, but you can hear it. So just because of copyright, reached out to Murray, got permission to do this. So this is all good if we keep it like this. All right, so let's go to, well, actually, let me keep that up. We're going to be jumping by like fives. So I'm trying to find the breaking point. It's a fun one. Musician, think I could get some advice on some music? Oh, I don't pull up other people's streams and their content. There's I had some people try and do that when I was like first starting a stream, and they had some not family friendly content. I was like, nope. 1,000 likes. I appreciate it. Whoopsies. Alrighty. 120 might be the breaking point. Stay tuned, we'll find out. Click. Oh, okay, so that's an interesting question. Curious about my writing process? Whew. It's never the same. Every time I write a piece, like sometimes I'm like literally like in the shower and just like, I gotta go write this down. Just like get to my phone with wet fingers and try and type in an idea. Or when I'm in the writing process, I just absorb myself in that process like 24/7. And what I end up doing is I will literally wake up in the middle of the night with like, I gotta go work on this. And we'll just like type in the ideas on Sibelius, which is what I use to like compose music and whatnot. So like when I'd write drumline books or write percussion ensemble stuff, like I was specifically spending as much time thinking about it as possible and drawing in inspiration from like other sources of music. So I would listen to, like if I was arranging for like a marching band thing, I'd listen to like the band score, but then also listen to like a cover band play a variation of this song, and then like multiple other people do other arrangements of this song and try and pull in that inspiration onto there. And even outside of that, so like I listened to a lot of Steve Gadd, like the Chick Corea album where he's playing drum kit on Friends, the album, like what is it, Samba Song, that one, just like listening to that heavily influenced Pat Metheny show that I wrote for Drumline. So there's a lot of like Steve Gadd influence with the Pat Metheny, like it's fun. So yeah, there's no like one way to go about doing it other than just keep doing it every single day. So when I am writing, whether it's sheet music or academic works, like because I'm a scholar, like the journal articles that I would write, or book chapters, etc., it would be just like a nonstop process where I'm just like every day, pro gamer. Every day I would absorb myself in the process and spend time chipping away at it. So what I was mentioning earlier with somebody who's asking about like, is it better to just do one long session working on something or break it up into smaller chunks? It's better for your brain to process things over time. So when you're writing music, one of the things that you can do is just like engage with it like 20 minutes every single day as opposed to like 1 or 2 hours one day, like on the weekend. But another thing you can do that I learned from another professor is you can set aside different days working on different things. So it could be like on the first day, I will work on this song. On the next day, I'll work on a different song, and you just keep alternating between them. Or this professor, what he would do is he'd work on 5 projects simultaneously. On Mondays, he did one project, and then he'd go a whole week before he'd think about that again. Because on Tuesday, he was doing a separate project. Wednesday was the third project, Thursday was a 4th project, and Friday was a 5th project. And so it gave him that incubation time, that time where his brain was able to process from here, get a whole week of working on other stuff, and then you come back fresh and you go, oh, this is what I need to do to move this particular composition forward or article or whatever it is that you're writing. So you can also just like ask like other people what are their creative processes for creating art or creating pottery, etc., and draw inspiration from there. So you don't necessarily just have to ask like other drummers or other musicians, like what do you do in order to like make whatever it is that you create. The creative processes that I do for writing lesson plans when I was the director of education and research for like a nationwide nonprofit was similar to the creative processes that I did for like writing music, which was similar to like improvising. I'm just like coming up with like other improvising, can't speak, creative processes, but draw inspiration from multiple different people, and that can inform like how you actually create the music that you want to create or whatever it is you want to do. Like if you're an academic, okay, then the papers that you want to write or whatever. Which if you are an academic, I hope you enjoy it because I got burned out by it. To each their own though. Yeah, I mean, this might sound bad, but I don't get into creative ruts because of the processes that I've set up for myself. If I am stuck on an idea, I just work on something else. And I have so many things to work on because I can just keep jumping back and forth between them. You know, as a percussionist, we're not just playing one instrument. Kind of used to that, like learning new things. So if you get stuck on a song, like you don't have to sit there and grind it out unless it's like there's a deadline for that. So just move on to something else and come back to it, and you can come back fresh to it, and that will help you out in the long run. If you do this like procrastination thing where it's like, I wait until the very end and then I go and I create this piece of music in as short as time as possible, right up to the deadline, it's just not going to be as good as if like you're able to sit and think about it, in my opinion, at least based on my experiences and whatnot. Yeah, totally agree, Dominic. Agreed. Yes. Be patient with yourself. It's a process. It takes time. And that's something that I have to remind myself with as well. Like, as somebody who is always working on things, gotta take a break every now and then. It's good for your brain. Our hands didn't spontaneously combust, so we gotta go faster. Let's try 125. Hey, you're very welcome. Glad I can help in some way. Keep it up. With these Hardeman hammers double taped, oh, that's brisk. Okay, this is definitely going to be the breaking point, 130. We'll try it though. I mean, I want to get to that tipping point and just crash and burn, and then we'll get some data. Where did it crash and burn? What can we work on? Good questions today. Able to dive into some topics we haven't talked about much, but all of these play-alongs, literally over 1,000 of them, are for free. 53 chop exercises, like Flammus. There's also cheesy poofs. There's the normal, drag, cheese, 5 versions of that. So if you click on this playlist, then boom, it shows you all 4 of those. We've got 36 timing exercises for limb independence. We got 55 drum charts for limb independence, 372 triplet grid variations, 514 16th note grid variations, 117 technique exercises, 166 marching bass exercises, and several hours of drumming tips. When people ask questions on these streams, I provide some answers, and I put them in this playlist that has literally over 7 hours of advice. Actually, this one goes to the top now. Boop! Since that one just released this morning, which talks about how to do limb independence and whatnot. If you don't want to go to my website, that's fine. Just go to my YouTube channel, go to the home tab specifically, and click on the drumming content. I'm going to call it here. I'm going to get ready for some Minecraft. Appreciate you all for stopping by, and goodbye.